welcome to episode 20 of the Spicy Homemaker podcast. My name is Melissa, and this is a podcast about knitting and creative living. This is not a podcast about marriage advice. This is not a podcast about cooking. This is not a salacious podcast in any manner. These are some of the things that I hear that people thought my podcast were. I can't blame them, I guess. I said Spicy Homemaker, which is why my name's going to be changing soon. I'm not quite certain yet, but I'm definitely changing it. So, you've been warned. So today, May 20th, 2016, it's Friday, if I didn't already say that, and so much going on. My son graduates middle school today. We got graduation tonight. It's the last day of school. Yes, mothers everywhere. Amen. Can I get a hallelujah? Yes, I'm so ready for summer vacation. Flyby. I'm in the bird room. In case you didn't notice, I've done this before. Love this room. Love podcasting with natural light. That was Buddy. Buddy's the green one. Sunshine's the yellow one. I don't know. They may drop in from time to time. So we're on episode 20. Can you believe it? How exciting. I think it's great. I have loved this journey, and what a journey it has been. And I'm still doing it. I'm going to keep doing this because I really enjoy it. I love connecting with the people, and I just love spending time with you guys. So some things I'm going to cover today. I'm going to go over some community news and some knitting. Oh my goodness, the knitting. There's some of my knitting. There's some of your knitting again. And also the knitting games is after the knitting. And you guys want to stay tuned for that. We have a ton of winners, podcaster winners, viewers that have won lots and lots of winners. We're going to go out with a bang, okay? And there's still till May 31st is when it ends. But anyways, that's going to come after the knitting. And then, you guys, you want to stay for the wool piggery that's going to follow the knitting games. Buddy. So anyways, there is so much gorgeous yarn I've got to show you guys. Oh, stay tuned for that. You want to see it. There's mail and just some beautiful things. But I want to reintroduce myself. I am on episode 20, and I think it's perfectly, this is something I should do. I should reintroduce myself with my bird on my head, because that's what I do. Not really. This is a first, but if you're a new viewer, I think it's a great time to reintroduce myself. Thank you for checking out my podcast. If you're a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back. You guys are just, I love you. So, I am Melissa. I have been knitting for, I don't really know, since I was 27, and I'm going to turn 41 in June. So what's the math? Figure that out, somewhere around there. So so I have 3 children who live at home. Kyland, who is my oldest son, he's the one graduating 8th grade today. He's going to be turning 14 soon. My other son is Ashton, and he is 9 years old. He's going to turn 10 this year. And then I have little Ruby Jane, our little sassy girl, who is going to be 3 in August. So, yay me! I get to do daycare, grade school, and middle school. Woo! Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I work in cybersecurity. I work in a building with no windows, which is why this room that's full of windows is one of my favorite rooms. I was in the Air Force for 10 years, joined right out of high school because I wanted to travel and see the world, and I didn't want to go into college right away. So when I joined the Air Force, I didn't have a guaranteed job, and I did not have a guaranteed, or I didn't know where I was going after basic training, which is pretty common. But so what happened after basic training is I became a security police officer, which actually I enjoyed quite a bit for the first 4 years of my career. And I switched to an intelligence analyst for the remaining portion. But yeah, I'm all excited because they give you this thing called the dream sheet. And you fill out all the places in the world that have bases that you would like to go to do your job. Now, security police, you got a lot of places you can go, a ton. But you know where they sent me? Grand Forks, North Dakota. Have you been there? No offense, Grand Forks people. But that was not what I had envisioned when I was going to travel and see the world. Nope. No, I had all overseas locations. North Dakota, not overseas. No. I was there for a year because I put on my dream sheet when I got there, basically worldwide remote. It means you can send me anywhere you want, but get me out of here. So they sent me to England after that for 3 years, which was great. I switched jobs after security police, which I did enjoy quite a bit, but I switched jobs to an intelligence analyst and had to retrain. And I just accidentally landed back home, which is smack dab in the middle of the United States. I live in Illinois. I live near St. Louis, Missouri, if you're familiar with the geography. But most people, when you say Illinois, they think Chicago. I'm nowhere near Chicago. I'm 5 hours south of it, okay? So, but right in the middle of the United States, small Midwestern town. It's a great place. I never thought I would come back, but after traveling and seeing it, I did get to see quite a bit of the world after North Dakota. I mean, countries I've been to: Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Germany, England, Scotland, Ireland, Puerto Rico. I've been to Morocco. I've been to, I know I'm missing a lot. Lots of states. Been all over the United States. I know I'm missing some countries. So yeah, I've been to a lot of places, seen a lot of things, had a great time. I love traveling, but I landed back home, and this is where I got out of the Air Force, and I miss it dearly. I loved the Air Force, loved it. The only job you can have, we can do 20 years and retire. Miss it, but regardless, I still work in somewhat the same career field, doing cybersecurity, definitely different, but it's in kind of the same world. But yeah, so knitting came about because I've always loved making things and creating things, but in most jobs today, we work with computers. We do a lot of things like that. You know, we don't even handwrite notes usually. Not all, I mean, some of us still do, but I mean, at work you don't. You send emails and that kind of thing. There's no product at the end of what I do. I do an important job, sure, but I don't make anything. I can't point at the end of the day and say, I made that. This is what I did today, like a tangible object, you know? And for me, there's something so satisfying about creating something with your hands and seeing something and imagining it and making it. I love cooking too. So, you know, it's my thing. It's my jam, as Amber from the Yarnjunkie would say. I love making things. So just a little bit about me, in case you were wondering. And if you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask me. I'm going to answer some more viewers' questions in some later podcasts about some things that came up in a thread. So we'll keep doing that. Anytime you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But let's talk about what's going on in the community. I have a correction from my last podcast. I was talking about MollyKleinDesign. She is a newer podcaster. She just started a podcast, and she's adorable. She's lots of fun. She lives in the Midwest too. I live in Edwardsville, Illinois, by the way. In case you're wondering, like, specifically, that's where it is. But I said that when she started her Etsy shop, it was due to her losing her job. I got some stories crossed, okay? Yes, she is totally about her Etsy shop, and she is doing this to make money for her family. She did not lose her job, okay? So sorry, Molly. I wanted to correct that. But here's one of her bags that she made. This is a huge bag. Cup of Joe, I talked about this on the last podcast, just to kind of show you some of the things she makes. And she makes some handmade soaps. She's way underpriced. She makes very good quality stuff, one-of-a-kind bags all day long. Check her out. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about what's going on in our community. There's tons of podcasts out there, and there's tons that I watch, tons that I love, and I'll mention them from time to time. But when someone does something a little bit different or something new, I get really excited, and I want to talk about it. If you guys haven't seen the Get Lit Knit podcast, it's Allie and Abby. Usually it's just Allie because Abby goes to medical school, so she kind of pops in when she can. But they have been doing a series, and they're calling it the vlog. So it's like special episodes, if you will. But this last one they did was so fantastic. I was just so impressed with it. She fit so much in to a small amount of time, kept it interesting, answered questions that I hear a lot from viewers, like, can you show videos of where you're at? Can you show your local yarn store? She did some creative things in there that I just think well done, so well done. If you haven't checked it out, I would highly recommend it. It's the last, you'll see it, it's on there, Get Let Knit podcast. It's on YouTube, and they even have it titled as vlog or something. I'll put a link in the show notes, but I just, yeah, tell me what you think. If you liked it, you know, I thought it was great. Like, great job, girls, way to go. So I wanted to tell you guys about that. The other thing I want to talk about, and I will talk about it more towards the end, but I want to put it up here in case there's people who don't stay for the end and this catches your interest. Mustache yarn, Stacy of Mustache Yarn. Everybody's heard of her, right? Fantabulous self-striping yarn. Impossible to get, correct? So, I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a lady, and I got the goods. If you want to try mustache yarn, you want to stay tuned and hear a little bit more about this. I am setting up a thread in my Ravelry group with Lisa. She does the sock yarn minis and scraps swapping group. I'll talk more about it later, but I want to put that out there now. She has a group on Ravelry. There are going to be links. There's going to be more information. So this is going to be mini skeins of mustache yarn, and it's going to be for our group, the Spicy Homemaker group on Ravelry. You have to pay for them, of course. It's 10 gram minis, and it's going to be all different colorways. So if you've ever wanted to try her yarn or see the colorways up close and personal, I think this is a fantastic way to do it. So stay tuned afterwards because I've already done the sock yarn mini club thing, so I'll be able to give you more details on how it works. There will definitely be a thread in my group. Right now, currently, I will have openings for 8 people because I'm going to take a spot, and so is Lisa. And then if we get enough people, we'll open one more swap for a total of 18 people. So stay tuned for that later. I'm going to let you know how you can be a part of that if you want to. Okay, so let's just dive right into the knitting, shall we? I have one finished object. I showed you half of one last time. So this is, okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. I love this drawstring bag, by the way. I think I'm kind of going back to drawstrings again. I don't know. I adore it. This is by Regina of the Hertzblatt Regina podcast, and she has an Etsy shop, and she's just started dyeing yarn too, and they're gorgeous. So anyways, there's that. But check it out. Mittens. These are the Cindersmoke mittens. Look at that. What do you think, guys? Cindersmoke mittens using Ancient Arts yarn, and this is in their Big Squeeze base. It's bulky yarn, and it is Moussaka is the colorway. So it's this really rich, deep purple tonal. Loved it. Loved the pattern. Loved the yarn. This was going to be a gift, but it no longer is, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to make these again, and it will be a gift. So the pattern is paid for on Ravelry, and I have not blocked them yet, so I don't know how the yarn reacts in the water yet. I'll let you know. But as you can see, and I talked about this in the last podcast, the cuff goes down here. I'm pulling it down. I'm constantly tugging it, and I think blocking will help a bit. But I don't. When I wear this for a little while, kind of put it on at work and just kind of left it on, it creeps back up. And I added a couple extra rows to the cuff because I had read a comment that the cuffs were too short. I want my mittens to keep my hands warm. Okay, so for me, my cuff should probably, in my opinion, go to about here. So I am going to, and the reason I didn't add more, because I was afraid I wouldn't have enough yarn. I never knit this, I haven't used this yarn before, wasn't sure. I didn't want to run out of yarn. So I just added a couple rows and left it. Plus I had to add a couple rows to the thumb too. I have small hands, and these fit perfectly except for the cuff a little bit longer just for my own personal taste. So it does give, it does tell you how you can lengthen it. It does tell you that. So there is that option, but just something to be aware of. I think cuff and thumb in general are going to need to be longer. I love this detail here. I gotta show you this. So the thumb is in stockinette, but then there's this gorgeous slip stitch detail right here. and it goes up and outlines the sides of the glove on each side. I think it was just very unique and a very nice twist to the pattern. And yeah, I enjoyed this quite a bit. I am going to order yarn from Ancient Arts again, and I think I'm going to do a coordinating scarf or maybe hat. I think I want a whole set for myself because I really like this. And you know what? I know it's summertime, it's getting hot, and people don't like to knit things that are heavy, but if you're inside and you're doing air conditioning and you're wanting something fast and quick, knit some bulky yarn. I forgot how fast this was. It was so nice. Just super fast knit. Very enjoyable. Recommend the pattern, no issues. There were no corrections that needed to be made. There were no, yeah, I liked it. It was easy to follow. I'm trying to think if there was anything else about it. I don't think so. So yeah, there's that. These are mine. Sorry, gift person who has no idea that they were getting these anyways. You're gonna get something else and you're gonna love it, so. Okay, there's that. That's my only finished object. And that pattern, I don't know if I said it was paid for or not, but it is a paid for pattern. And it is also, because I have it right here, by, oh wow, Kalura Hudson. Original knit design by Kalura Hudson. There'll be information in the show notes. There's that. Okay, let's talk about a couple, well, let's talk about the newer one, or the one I've been working on. My Wendy Sky shawl. Paid for pattern by Debbie Reese. She's one half of the Periscoping Sisters. Hi guys. And this was my knit that I said was like my knitting nirvana. I loved the pattern, I loved the yarn I picked, loved everything about this. I'm gonna go over the details kind of quickly, but I have something to talk about. Anyways, the yarn. Okay, so I chose Once Upon a Corgi. This is from Gabby of Once Upon a Corgi podcast. She has an Etsy shop called Upon a Corgi. And this is in her fig base. It's called Witching Hour is the color. I love this. This is such a gorgeous tonal. And it's, oh, there is stellina in this. This is ZiaWoolz in Aquarius. Oops, there we go. Also love it. Love it together. I wanted this to be a colorful shawl looking something like a sunset or a sunrise over the ocean, and I totally got that. This is also a gift. And okay, here is what I have done. I am almost done, but we have a setback. We have a setback, so we do. Let me show you where to go. Okay. It's so funny because I almost couldn't tell again. So the pattern is this awesome garter stitch here, and then what they call, Debbie calls the flower stitch in here. Looks like there's flowers. Can you see that? So I'm at the point of the pattern where this would be called, she calls this the large flower section. Then there was a small one here, and then another large one. And that's where I'm at. The large one is the last large flower section, and then I just have a few rows to alternate with the remaining colors. So excited, I wanted to get this done. The rows are getting long now. But, a couple things happened. One, I added an extra row of the garter stitch here, which are 2 extra rows, 1 forward and back. Not a big deal, roll with it, right? Just keep going. I don't think it detracts from the pattern whatsoever. But in order to stay with the pattern, because you're doing increases on each side of the row, each end I should say, and in the middle, it messed it up. It messed up the stitch count. Now she doesn't give a stitch count at the end of the row, so you don't know, but you can just figure that out just with how the stitches are gonna follow. It just messes it up a little bit. Now that should be easy to correct. If you have some knitting experience, I mean, you don't have to have a ton. It'd be probably tough for a beginner, but if you have some, you can work with this, which was what I was gonna do, which I did do. So, but here's what happened, things I didn't take into account. Should you do this? Because I've read some other people kept having issues with the stitch count at the end, like their stitches just weren't showing up. And I think it would be very, very easy to lose stitch count on this because of where the increases happen, and they happen so often that if you're just, because there's these opportunities, especially in the garter section, for you to just kind of zone out And it would be very, 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 very easy to miss an increase or two here and there and not even know it. And I really think that's what happens with a lot of people. So stitch counts off. Well, here's what stinks. I'm trying to make it all work out, and the flowers were lining up beautifully. They were doing great. There's no issues here. But what did have a problem is the middle. So there's some increases that happen here and some things that go on in the middle to give this beautiful like middle line, right? Mine got wonky, and I didn't realize it until I was at the last row or two. You can't tell on screen, but I can tell when I'm knitting it, and it would probably block out okay. So still, I can work with this. I'm still okay with it. But then, and how this happened, I don't know. I don't know how I got this far into it without knowing it, but there's a right side and a wrong side, and it's pretty easy to see, okay? This is the right side. Beautiful, you know, flower pattern, you can tell. Garter, doesn't matter, right? It can be either side. This is the wrong side. Well, guess what? When I knit this flower section, I put the right side on the wrong side. I don't know how I did it, when I did it, and I didn't realize it until I'm at the last part. That's a big deal. So I have to rip back and redo this. Am I knitting Nirvana? It's not so Nirvana right now. I still love the pattern, I still love the yarn, and we had a fight. We're gonna make up, but I'm almost ready to, you know, take it back, but right now, still a little bit, I've been thinking of this, just ripping all that work out and redoing it. It's not anyway, you guys get it. We've all been there, right? You make a mistake and you just gotta sit it in timeout because it's gonna be gorgeous, it's gonna be beautiful, I'm going to love it, and I'm going to enjoy finishing it. It was very frustrating to do at that point in the project. So that's what happened with my Wendy Sky. I so thought I would be done by now. I was so looking forward to that. So this gift, for the person who also doesn't know they're getting it anyways, is delayed. Okay, there's that. Wendy Sky shawl, which I'm going to be showing your Wendy Sky shawls here after my knitting because you guys have done some beautiful ones and I want to show them. But, okay, 2 more projects. Can you believe it? I'm gonna fit this in right here. Let me show you something. So for my tea drinkers out there, I know some people don't care if we drink tea or not, but some people do. I do. In fact, I think I get all my tea recommendations from other podcasters. If you've heard about this, it's Mrs. Patmore's tea. It's a Downton Abbey by, who is this? The Republic of Tea. I heard about it from Jilly of the Knitting Broomstick. I don't even know who else. It is everything they say it is. It is so, so yummy. And I can't believe I'm telling you this because I want to hoard this. This is a limited edition. It says it on the top of the can. It's gone when it's gone. They're not redoing this. They describe this as flavors of vanilla cake drizzled with rich caramel sauce. Rich caramel sauce. Vanilla cake and caramel sauce. It is dessert in a cup. It is so good. It is so tasty. And while I'm not dieting, if somebody else is and trying to clean it up, I think this would be a fantastic substitute for when you have a sweet tooth. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, I love it. I just ordered 2 more cans. I'm gonna keep ordering it until I quit selling it. There, plug for tea. Let's talk about this project. This is from Brittany of the SipnStitch podcast, my co-host for the Knitting Games. She made this for me. It's so beautiful. I love my bags from my friends. And okay, you guys haven't seen this in a while. I've got a problem with finishing my projects and I'm trying to be better about it. So if you've been with me from the beginning, you'll be like, oh, I think I remember that. This is my loop shawl by Casapinka. And so when I first started podcasting, one of the yarns I talked about quite a bit and still love is it's a Fire and Ice colorway by ZiaWoolz. I love that colorway. And so I wanted to do something a little bit different. There's some, and this isn't, let me show you the colorway. This is it. So this isn't like a hedgehog fibers crazy yarn. This is very beautiful, lots going on here, variegated yarn. But I love the crazy colorful yarns. And I wanted to find a project that I don't want to knit, like while I love those colors, I'm not going to typically wear a whole shawl knit in like a hedgehog fibers crazy colorway that's speckled with neon green. I love it, I can appreciate it, but I don't want a whole shawl in it. That's just me, okay? But I want to find a way to use those sometimes. And like I said, this doesn't really fit that category, but I think this pattern, and she does say this is how, why she created this pattern, is to show off variegated yarns in a more subtle way, if you will. So that's what this does here. This is MadTosh Merino Light in the Mica colorway and the ZiaWoolz in Fire and Ice. And there's a big one and a small one, and I think I only need one more for the small. I'm almost done with the big. This, very easy knit. The increases where this loop stitch happens can be a bit of a pain. I'm a tight knitter, so that's why it's a little bit of a pain. But I got sharper needles and slicker needles, and it's not so bad now. Because this yarn, the MadTosh Merino Light is a single, and ZiaWoolz is not a single, it's a Sandia base. I think it's a 4-ply. But yeah, this is where it is. Let me just kind of stretch it out. Enjoyable knit. It's fairly mindless. You know what? Let's talk about this pattern for just a second, because there's some things. Oh, here's the Mica and MadTosh Light. Okay, this particular pattern, if you decide to knit this and you have questions, ask me, read through it, and then I think it'll make sense to you. If you don't, or you overthink it, you're gonna get a little confused on a part of it. And if you do, feel free to ask me. If you decide to do this pattern, ask me. It's very easy to suss out and to figure out. I shouldn't say it's very easy, but I get it how you can think of something, you follow it to such a T, and then they put in this little extra blip here, and that's kind of what happens. Or they kind of explain it in a different way for some other people. And so people look at both things and they're like, why is there these two different sections, if you will? And they repeat themselves. Or it's a repeat of a portion of the pattern. Don't overthink it. Just think, how do you think it would happen? Kind of try to work through it a little bit in your head. Sometimes we look at a pattern, if it doesn't look the way we think it should, we just kind of start shutting down, and we just don't, like, I can't do this, I don't understand it, what's going on? Give yourself a minute. You can do it. You can do it, I promise. But if you have a question, let me know. So be aware of that. Read some of the comments. I think someone was saying there's a mistake in the pattern. There's not a mistake in this pattern. There is not a mistake in this pattern. I could see how someone could get a little confused, but if someone explained it to you, you'd have no problem. So just wanted to put that out there. Next project, I'm ready to get some FOs off the needles, okay? I have to. Which brings me to socks. Socks. I'm gonna say something. I don't know how you're gonna take it. Are you sitting down? Stay sitting, okay? Big breath in, big breath out. Okay, are we relaxed? I'm not over the moon about sock knitting. I know. I don't hate sock knitting, but I don't love it. And socks take me a while. I love the finished product. I love hand knit socks, and I will always knit socks because of that reason. But I'm okay if they take me 3 months, and they usually do, because it's just okay. It's definitely a product knit for me when it comes to socks. So yeah, you guys want to see what this was my Christmas Eve cast on. It's called This Way, That Way Socks by Mina Phillips of the Knitting Expat podcast. And this is something that needed some love. Oh my. I did this in the Zia colors way because, like I was talking about with the loop shawl, this is definitely a very variegated yarn. There's like peaches and purples and teals and aquas and just, oh my goodness, such gorgeous, even creams. There's so much beautiful gorgeousness going on in here. I wanted to see the fabric of how this knitted up, and I thought socks were perfect for it. So that's what I did. And here's what I've got. Let me show you that. So it's just this simple slip stitch pattern that kind of zigzags in the front. Oh, hold on, there we go. There we go. See that? Lots of mistakes in here, minor ones, but there are a lot. I wasn't slipping the stitch correctly. It's like most slip stitch, and she says very distinctly how you slip the stitch purlwise, which is what you do most time unless they state otherwise. You always slip your stitch purlwise. So I didn't do that a few times. It got a little wonky. I can tell in here some of them aren't enough rows, but it doesn't matter. I mean, look at this. You can't tell. And shoot, in fact, last night I missed a couple of the slip stitches over here. But I looked at it and was like, and they're for me. I don't care. Not a big deal. I'm keeping on. I did the heel. Mina does say that she uses Fish Lips Kiss heel in the pattern, but she just did a regular short row heel to put a heel in the pattern. I mean, you need a heel in the pattern. And so I tried it out because I never did a regular short row heel pattern. I'm still fairly new to sock knitting. I've only knit 2 pairs of socks, and I have about 3 more on the needles that are unfinished. So I wanted to try it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I'll tell you why. I like, if it looked like this, I would like it. Hold on, let me see. And this isn't a knock on Mina's pattern. This is a knock on the heel. It's just a personal preference thing. There it is. It looks very nice and clean. I can live with this. But this side, see what happened? And it's the purl side where you're doing your increases and picking up, wrapping and turning the stitch. You guys see that? It's so gappy. I'm gonna have to go in there and sew it up, which no big deal, I don't care. But I wouldn't want to do this all the time. I don't mind the look of it. It's got a little bit of a square at the back. I think that'll be nice. It fits fine. I am knitting, I gotta figure out my cuffs more. I'm a tight knitter, I know that, so I go up sizes for needles, but this is still too tight. It'll fit and it'll stretch out. I might keep it, but I don't know what I'm gonna do because I don't have a preferred sock recipe yet. I'm doing toe-up socks, and it's my first pair. They're not with me right now. And I can see the benefit of that for doing a stretchy cast off. So I may tear out this cuff and just re-knit it and do a stretchy cast off. That might help, I don't know. It's tight and I know they're gonna loosen up with time, so I may just leave it. Am I gonna do this heel for the other one? I don't know, I might. Because I know there's tips out there to get rid of this. I've heard some other people say they had issues with short row heels. So I may look into that and find out how to do it. But I'm almost done with this one sock. And then I gotta do the other one. But I need to get the socks off the needles. I need more more knit socks in my life because I love them. So there's that. And that is it for me with my knitting. Let's talk about your knitting. I think what we're gonna do is I'm going to put this in the knitting games because these projects I pulled are from the knitting games. So let's segue into the knitting games. The knitting games. Oh my gosh, we are almost done. May 31st is the last day. Can you believe it? 3 months. Brittany and I, Brittany is my co-host, awesome co-host of the SipnStitch podcast. There's still time for anyone to do anything. If you don't know what it is, go check out some previous podcasts. Mine, hers, whatever. Go look in the threads in our Ravelry group. More than enough things there to describe what's going on. But if you've knit anything and you want to throw it in the FO thread for our knit along, which is in Brittany's group, the FO thread. I have a chatter thread, she has an FO thread and a chatter thread. All those threads are eligible for prizes. And you can knit almost anything you want and be eligible for prizes, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about the knitting games for rules. I wanna talk about the viewers challenge that wrapped up in my group. Such cool projects. I've had so much fun with you guys. I loved seeing them. We had a scrappy knee-high socks. We had the Wendy Sky shawl and Mina's pattern, the squishy shawl. which is the le mole, I believe it's called. I'm saying that wrong. I don't speak French, and I should look that up because I'm sure it's easy to pronounce. But that's what it is. The squishy shawl, which is a brioche shawl, Wendy Sky shawl, and scrappy knee-high socks. You could knit any of those. There's 3 FO threads. We didn't have a ton of entries, and that's okay. That is okay, because guess what? Every one of you have a prize if you want it. Every single one of you, okay? All you have to do is contact me through Ravelry by May 31st. That is the deadline. That's the deadline. All of you FO people in Wendy Sky, scrappy knee highs, and the squishy shawl. If you put something there, stay tuned for the prizes. I'll show them to you. Give me your top 3 choices of what you would like, okay? First person gets their first pick, second person, so on and so forth. Everybody gets a prize. I think we had, I don't know how many we had, but there's prizes for everyone, so stay tuned for that. If you contact me after May 31st, I can't, I'm sorry. That's it. So just letting you know. Okay, because in the beginning, you guys it was only gonna be like 1 person out of each thread, and now everybody's getting a prize. So I think that's more than generous and fair. Let me show you the FOs from the Wendy Sky shawl, okay? Here is the first one. This is by Marissa. She knit her Wendy Sky shawl in Query Fibers Sparkle Sock in Water Fire color. And then her solid color is Ani by Amano Yarns. Her yarn is an alpaca and baby alpaca and silk. I just love these gorgeous teals you have going in here, and that water and fire colorway. There's so much going on in it. That's the variegated color by Query Fibers. Like that. Very pretty, Marissa. Good job. The other one I want to talk about is Mel. She's one of the moderators of the group. Hi, Mel. Mel knit her Wendy Sky shawl. I mean, this is a shawl that is in memory of their sister Wendy, Debbie and Amy, the Periscoping Sisters. That's what this shawl is about. And Mel totally knit this as kind of like a memorial shawl and a comfort shawl. She's had a lot of just a rough time, a lot of loss in a very short amount of time. She lost her mother, her mother-in-law, and her dog. I mean, like in 3 years, that's rough. And I think this is just an absolutely gorgeous shawl, Mel, and I'm so sorry that you had to experience this. And I look at this shawl and I think of love and comfort and beauty, and it's beautiful, Mel. I really, really, really like this shawl. Yeah, hugs to you, okay? The next shawl I want to talk about is by Carol, and you guys amaze me with all the stuff you guys do. So Carol dyed her yarn herself, and she used a double knitted sock blank, and she used Kool-Aid yarn. And this is what she came up with. I mean, it's a gradient yarn, which I'm very intrigued. Gradient yarn using a sock blanket. It seems like that would be way easier than doing a skein of yarn. But it's gorgeous. It's such a great job. I'm so impressed. Way to go. Beautiful. And then the last shawl I want to talk about is Marsha's. Marsha knit hers in Malabrigo sock in the Violetta Africana. That's the purple color. And then her variegated color, Pipolo Fields. And that's in their standard sock base. And the colorway is called Of Courage. And all these shawls are so beautiful and fun. And oh gosh, by the way, Marsha, you are beautiful. I saw her picture on her Ravelry page and you're just gorgeous, girl. Jeez, I had to say that. These shawls are beautiful. Thank you so much for knitting them. Thank you so much for sharing them. And contact me for prizes later, okay? Well, hello. I am back. This is now Saturday, 10:40 p.m. I had to stop where we were and do a bunch of kid things, family things, 8th grade graduation, go to bed, wake up, do a bunch of errands, go to a baseball game, parties that kids had to go to. I'm back. We're just gonna pick right up, okay? So we were just talking about the viewers challenge. And I was going to show the prizes later, but I think that's kind of silly. I'm going to show all the prizes that are available for you guys. So you need to keep track of these. If you're watching them and you did an FO in Wendy Sky, Scrappy Socks, or the Squishy Shawl, let me know out of these what your top 3 picks are and put viewers challenge in the subject line when you Ravelry message me, okay? So I'm gonna show these sort of fast, but here we go. I think there's like 16 people who are eligible for prizes. Get to me, I have to get a message from you by May 31st, and here we go, all right? So one of the first prizes that is eligible is ooh, no. That is not eligible for a prize. It didn't even show you, so no harm, no foul. Picked up the wrong skein, I just realized that. This one, okay, Plucky Knitter. This is a Primo fingering weight. It is a wink and a smile colorway. Their Primo fingering is 75-25. 75% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, 5% nylon. So at 385 yards. Yes, I was able to score some Plucky, so if you would like to try this, let me know. Part of the Viewers Challenge prizes. Next one is Abstract Cat Yarn. This does not deliver to the United States. This is only good in Europe. I don't think they don't ship to Canada either, if I remember correctly, and it's because of the insurance and that kind of thing. I was talking to the owner about that, and hopefully I can give you guys some more info on them later. But this is called the Green-Eyed Monster. That's the colorway. This is 100 grams, 400 meters, and it's superwash Polworth wool. This is very soft, very beautiful green, like a Kelly green almost, with a very tonal, beautiful. So there's that. If you've never knit with Polworth and you want to do something fun, I talked about this last podcast. This is not something you want to knit socks out of. It's soft. It's something that you definitely want against your skin. So like a cowl or a shawl or anything else that you may need, this would be great. So Abstract Cat Yarn. Oh, okay, I'm going to show you more of her yarn later. But this is from Sydney, who Sydney Reads Everything podcast. She has a new, I think she's starting a new Etsy shop called Kniterature. And she donated this skein of yarn. It's 460 yards, 100 grams, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And she did this with using the Hunger Games as inspiration. And it's called Out of the Ash. And it's in her Bronte base. Sydney's a lot of fun. I really like her. She's so sweet, and this is so beautiful. And it's brown, and if you're not even into brown, this is gorgeous. I mean, there's so many beautiful tones going on in here. There's brown, there's blacks, there's like even like hints of these deep reds and oranges. It is so gorgeous. This was a hard one for me to give up. I got to keep a skein, and I had a really hard time choosing. But I'm going to go ahead and give you guys this one. I'll show you the other one later, just in acquisition and stash enhancement. So, Kniterature, brown yarn. If you're interested, that's another prize. Another one. This is from Dag of ZiaWoolz. ZiaWoolz right there. Love her yarn. This was one of her newer colorways. It's been a couple months, I think, so this has been in her shop for a little bit of time. But she's actually going on vacation soon, so you might want to get this now while you can. It's called Dreamer in her Sandia base, which is just a wonderful, wonderful fingering base. And it's 75-25 nylon, superwash merino and nylon, 4-ply, 434 yards, okay? Look at that. Do you see those hints of lilac, the aqua, the green, the grass green? There's once again, so much going on. So beautiful. So that's available. There is the set of, this is from Barbara of Knitting I Love podcast. And this is a needle gauge and coaster. It's so pretty. And these little handmade tags. That is also available. We also have, now this is not a set that is available. They're not available together, but one of each. You can have the brown Sweet Georgia yarn or the orange colored Sweet Georgia yarn. And these are fingering weight for sure. I should know what this is. I don't know why I didn't flip that over, but it is, there we go, Tough Love Sock Base. 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 425 yards. So orange Sweet Georgia yarn or brown Sweet Georgia yarn. Okay, those are also available, one of each. You don't get both together, you got to pick one. Project bags. This beautiful bag is by Bags by Awesome Granny. I've showed this a few times. This was always going to be a prize for the knitting games. So this is still available, and it's this beautiful gray, pink, cream colored with all these beautiful jungle animals. There's tigers and monkeys and elephants, and it's just so fun and cute. I love this bag. And then there's this project bag by Michelle of the Knotty Knitwits. Michelle does not sell her bags yet, so this is very beautiful. You got a little rainbow zipper pull, detachable handle, and I love the inside of this. Look at that, chocolate chip cookies. And on the outside is all these recipes. Sugar cookies, Mile High biscuits, Parker House rolls, Grandma's lemon meringue. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful, it's fun, it's so summery. I love it. Reminds me summer picnic all the way. That's available. This beautiful skein of yarn from Andy of AndreSueKnits. It is 75/25 superwash merino nylon, 460 yards, and this is her Cloud 9 fingering weight yarn in the Daydreamer colorway. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love this shade of blue. And there's, once again, tonal yarns with almost what I recall, like almost like a faux tweed in there. There's these shots of brown in it as well. That's available. I didn't know I had this still. I thought I gave all these away. Another DPN holder, Bags by Awesome Granny. These beautiful, cute little shamrocks, 2 snaps with this cool plaid on the inside. Look at that. I love it, love it. And then, so now I have, I'm gonna do little groups of minis. So these are donated by a wonderful viewer, Annaline, who is in Belgium, and she got these local to her. They do not ship out to the United States either. And these are, it's in Dutch, I believe is the language it's written in. But these are 20 grams each. So just a group of minis here. So if you're wanting these, the store is Wool Met Verve, hand-dyed yarns, WMV. Okay, so if you're interested in these, tell me the Belgium minis. There's a group of 3 here that you could have, each with 20 grams, so 60 grams right here. That's a lot. They're very generous minis. And then here's another set. Okay, so there'll be 3 each. There's 2 sets of 3 each. Whoops, one just went flying. Then I also have a set of the Space Cadet Mini Skein Club. I got these, I'm a part of the Space Cadets mini, the minis, you know what I'm trying to say, mini skein club. That's right there. So there's a group of these, and they often do different bases. Yeah, that's what I thought. So like one of these is superwash merino nylon, 80/20. The other one's superwash merino nylon, but it's 90/10. And then this other one over here is superwash merino cashmere nylon. So this was I think this was the last month's installment. And there's a set of 3, and these are each 20 grams. So once again, 60 grams of yarn there. There's that. I also have a set of ZiaWoolz minis, and I'll show you what they are. These are 8 grams, 2-ply, 8 grams each in her Sugarloaf base. And that's 100% superwash merino. These would be beautiful in a blanket or a color work or something. I think these would just be a gorgeous shot of color. And what's cool about these with DAG's minis, for me personally, I use about 4 grams or less for 1 square in my Cozy Memories blanket. So I always have enough left for somebody else who does 4 to 5 grams. So this is the gift that keeps on giving on hers. I love these. And so it's a great way, or put 2 squares in your own blanket. So there's 4 of those minis. And did I get, oh, one more thing. There's also this. Yeah, This bag is also available. This is by Sally of Yarn Friendly, and we still have a coupon available for her. It'll be in the show notes. It's 10% off. This is a lot of fun. Cute bag, very large, wide bottom. Cute little zipper pull to kitty cat, like a retro kitty cat fabric. Very sturdy inside, white fiber or fabric in the inside. So those are all available for everybody who did a Viewers Challenge FO, okay? Let me know. Okay, you guys saw the prizes. I'm not gonna list them all out. You have to watch this. Let me know your top 3 choices, okay? You might wanna write 3 more after that, especially if you're answering kind of late, because I have a feeling some of this stuff's gonna go pretty quick. So just be aware, okay? If you answer within the first 2 days, I think your odds are pretty good. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so we're on the second Powerball question. Nobody got it. So the first Powerball question I had for this month was, what episode am I most embarrassed of? There's a few to choose from, but so nobody even guessed, which is kind of really nice of you guys, because it would have kind of, yeah, that could have went in a lot of different ways. But in case you're wondering, the episode I'm most embarrassed of is episode 4. And this is why. So when I first started, I had a very huge learning curve on video, taping, editing, let's just say editing, lighting, all that stuff that a lot of us do. And I just felt like I wasn't getting caught up as quickly as I wanted to. So I actually hired an editor to help me out and try to teach me some things. And mostly I just wanted him to kind of edit the first couple videos so I could see what was going on. Very nice guy, taught me a few things, definitely gave me a recommendation on the software to use that was much easier for me. I use Adobe Premiere now. I used to use the iMovie. I never read anything about iMovie. It's not intuitive. To me, it was not user-friendly. Some people use it and use it well. Never read a thing about it. I couldn't just go in there and figure it out. Adobe Premiere, I can totally figure out. It's way easy. Regardless, he took some creative liberties with some of my podcasts. And that number 4 in particular, because if you see it, you'll see like right here, Spicy Homemaker. And it almost looks like it's written or painted on my wall, and it's up the entire episode. And it has like a little star or heart that dots the eye. And I didn't get it until the finished edited video, until like it was like a few days after I recorded and I was doing weekly podcasts. So I went ahead and put it up anyway, even though it drove me crazy and I hated it. I mean, it really did. Yeah, that's the one I'm the most embarrassed of. And there's quite a few that, yeah, anyways, there you go. I keep my first ones up because hopefully it gives other people some hope and motivation. We don't all start out, you know, editing, having perfect video editing and great lighting and great microphone. It's a process for most of us, and it's okay. So I leave them up to give other people hope. I'm not saying my video is perfect now, but I think it's come quite a ways. So that's the answer to the first one. The second question. According to Kris Kelly, Dr. Kris Kelly of the Ewe University podcast and Periscope, how many kinds of moths eat yarn? According to Dr. Kris Kelly of the Ewe University podcast and Periscope, how many different kinds of moths eat yarn? Now, here's what we have up now. From the first time, you have this adorable little sock wedge. I thought this was called a notions bag. It's not. I looked it up. This is actually a sock bag. And this is by, I believe, Wool and Thimble, and I think there's even a coupon in there. These adorable, adorable little tea set stitch markers, stitch markers, little 2 teacups and a teapot. How cute is that? These were donated by my friend Amy. That was from the last question. That's still up. That's going with it. If you get this question right, you get this prize and the new edition. 3 mini skeins from the WMV shop I was talking about from Belgium that doesn't ship to the US or Canada. They're each 20 grams each, so you have 60 grams of yarn here. And look at how these fun speckled yarns. So those are going with it too, okay? There'll be one more question. If nobody gets this, I said 2 hours, right? 2 hours? 2 hours from now, from when I post. If you answer it correctly, send me a Ravelry message, okay? And put in the subject line, Powerball. Please put something in the subject line. It so helps me out. You will get all those prizes. If not, there'll be a third question. So, and you'll get all those plus something else. That's the Powerball. Let's talk about the Podcasters Challenge. Okay. Last Podcasters Challenge. You had to decorate a wooden sheep, alpaca, something of that sort, and it was from Juniper Moon Farms. Decorate it. You only had to use fiber in some portion of it, and then you could photograph it in any way you wanted. You guys voted on your favorites. We closed it out, and the winner is the Grocery Girls, Jody and Tracy, by like a billion. I mean, they slaughtered us. Oh goodness. I so wanted to win something for you guys. I didn't come in second either. Second place was Shara from What Shara Made. So I will put pictures of both those in, the Grocery Girls. And here is Shara's. Now, for all those who voted for mine, thank you. I tried, guys. Man, I wanted to get you guys something. Well, we still there's participant prizes for everybody. But let me show you what is coming to the Grocery Girls and Shara for their viewers. Okay. The grand prize gets 2 little macaroons from Sucre Sucre. They're stitch markers. Little blue macaroon and a pink macaroon. How cute are those? You're going to get a set of note cards, and you get to pick any pattern you want from Michael of the Penguin Coffee Clatch podcast. You get to pick any pattern from his store. You're going to get, I'm going to put some, let me get it out, some stuff inside your project bag, just some little things like, here's a little notebook journal, big ideas. You're gonna have some practical things in there, like the darning needle set to weave your ends in. And you're gonna have some point protectors. There's that, okay? And you get a beautiful bag made by Jody. I'm sending her bag back to her. She donated this. This was always a part of the brand prize. So you're gonna get this beautiful, it's her small bag. And then this is what I'm really excited about too. This is all so great, but look at this. So Katrina from the Yarnthirty podcast has a wonderful Etsy shop that she updates every 2 weeks. Instagram is where she posts her updates. I asked her to create a custom color for this, and she was more than excited and happy to do it. I told her I wanted her to make a custom colorway that kind of represented both me and Brittany of the SipnStitch podcast, because we've co-hosted this for 3 months now, and I just thought this would be like such a cool thing to do at the end of it and wrap it up. And she did such a fabulous job. I love it. This is going with the first place grand prize. Check it out. Look at this. This is called Derby and Spice. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, it's so beautiful, Katrina. You did a fantastic job. This is her 4-ply fingering weight in her matte socks base. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 438 yards, 100 grams. And she included a skein for me and Brittany, like to have, not to give away, but to have. She donated those. I thought that was so awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Katrina. But Jody and Tracy, this is coming to you guys, which is going to be given to the viewers and the Grocery Girls. I don't know how they're going to give it, but all that is the first place prize, okay? Second place, that's going to Shara. Shara does it just to make it second place. It's like she gets all the other stuff. The only thing that's missing is one less stitch marker and no skein of yarn. So she is also getting, for her viewers, some note cards, a sucre stitch marker. It's a little macaroon, a yellow one, and any pattern from Michael of the Penguin Coffee Clatch podcast, any pattern from his shop, and all the stuff that I showed inside the other bag, you know, the journal and the point protectors and darning needles, that's going in there. But then also this adorable bag from Regina of the Hertzblatt Regina podcast. And she does have an Etsy shop. And this is so pretty. Oh my gosh. She's Hertzblatt Creations. So this is coming to you, Shara. And you can give that to your viewers in any way you choose. Guys, thank you so much for participating. I love it. Let me show you that real quick too. Let me show you what we got from Katrina that's going out to all you guys for participant prizes. Okay. Oh my gosh. I loved getting this box of yarn. I told her she could just pick out whatever she wanted to and just send it to me. Oh, she did. You guys, I can't wait to show you. Look at this. Okay. This is called Reptile House. And they're all in her matte socks base. Look at that. I love this. I think I'm gonna have to buy some of this. It's got little shots of like these vibrant blue in here with this like very soft green and these dark browns and rust colors. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is gorgeous. This is so fun too. This is called Pearl, and this is based on Steven Universe. My son watches that. Apparently a lot of other people do too, but I guess Pearl is a character. This is so fun and pretty too. So soft, such soft colors with like a little bit of like almost a neon green and yellow in there too. And then I've got Acid Pops. I love her names. I just love the name she comes up with her yarn. There's that. Oh, this is another fun one. Oh, Margot. I think that's a Steven Universe one too. Look at that. Guys, Katrina, you're killing me. She usually does with her yarn. This is, okay, Petitfours. There's some vibrant yellows and reds in this too, and the soft pinks. Yeah, there's that. And hopefully I did not miss any. Let me see. No, okay, the last one here is called Bahamian Rhapsody. These are just, how fun is this? There's like the shock of coral, almost like a neon coral, if you will, without being too neon. And then, yeah, this just, oh my gosh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. Beautiful. Okay, so that's all the different colorways. There's a couple like duos, like there's 2 Petitfours and that kind of thing. So ladies and gentlemen, I will be sending out your participant yarn to give out to your viewers, all the podcasters who participated. Thank you, thank you, thank you for doing this. You guys were wonderful and awesome. Viewers, everybody who participates in this, I love it. Thank you. So, and thank you, Katrina, for dyeing amazing yarn. Let me just show you real quick. I just can't help it. Here's mine and Brittany's skein of Derby and Spice, which Brittany is a roller derby gal, if you didn't know. That's where the derby came from. So, okay. That's that. Ooh, yarn's going everywhere. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is the other thing I want to show. And then we're going to go to Stash and Acquisition, this last knitting games thing. So, the FO thread, Brittany had a work trip that came up unexpectedly. So she's been a little bit, she hasn't been able to get in and do some updates, but she definitely will. So don't panic if some stuff has been building up in the FO thread. She is not ignoring you. She will definitely get to you, okay? But here is the grand prize for the person with the most points in the FO thread. And we're gonna do some other ways of we're gonna give away more than one prize in the FO thread, but I just wanna show the grand prize because I got it together. Wool and Vine yarns, 2 skeins of it, in the Narwhal base and the Footsie. So this is Footsie Venus Flytrap. This is Narwhal Gashly Crumb. Can you see that? Is it glaring? You guys are probably even familiar with these colorways. Let me see. There we go. So the narwhal base is BFL Silk Cashmere 70-20-10, 438 yards. That's nice. That's some nice stuff there. The footsie is 80-20 BFL and nylon. I actually did not know that. I would have just assumed it was merino, but it's not. Superwash BFL nylon, 400 yards. So two very, very popular and fun colorways. And then also I decided to add 2 of the Plucky Knitter skeins because I just want this to be like amazing yarn, over the top amazing yarn. And people who haven't tried Plucky, that's like the yarn that a lot of people can't get and want to try. So you have the opportunity to try this now. It's their Primo fingering, and it's also 75-20 and then 5. Superwash merino, cashmere, nylon, 385 yards. You get this beautiful, what are they calling it? Strawberry wine and twill colorway. So 4 skeins goes to the person who has the most points in the FO thread. All of those are yours, okay? And so good luck, guys. There's more coming. So we're gonna just wrap it up there for the knitting games and move on to stash acquisition. Oh, you guys wanna stay here for this. It's so good. Okay, so I showed you a lot of the stuff because it's kind of was mixed in with some of the prizes for the knitting games, but this stuff's mine that I'm getting ready to show you. So where to start? Okay, not too terribly much like I thought because we mixed it in, but let me show you Sarah from the knottygnome what I got. So I've been wanting to get one of her bags for a really long time, and she posted something on Instagram, a bag that had sushi on it. I was like, get out of here. Really? I love sushi. And the first time she put them up, I didn't get one right away and they were gone. Then she did another one and she put it up and I got it. And it's a zipper bag with a great pull and beautiful green polka dots, and it's sturdy, more of a stiffer interfacing, not real stiff, but definitely more stiffy than squishy. And I adore this bag. I adore it. This is beautifully made. I mean, just turning it upside down and looking at it, the seams match up perfectly. If you know Sarah and you've watched her podcast, this does not surprise me in the least. I've always heard excellent things about her bags, and I have not personally used it yet. I will be using it as soon as this podcast is over, but initial check on everything looks fantastic and gorgeous. And so I'm very excited to start using this. And then I also ordered another DPN cozy because I like my DPN cozies. I only have 2, I think. I've been giving a lot away, but I haven't. This just looked fun and vibrant and beautiful. It almost looks like there's cherries on it, but they're not. And then look at the inside. And so just super cute. So knottygnome Crafts, and she's got a store. I think she uses Store Envy, but if you do knottygnome Crafts, I think she has her own website and everything. She's very, very easy to find. Beautiful. But then not only that, she sent me something extra, and she said I could keep it, and I'm going to. I considered giving you guys a skein of this. I just can't. I can't. So it is her fawn worsted 4-ply. She doesn't sell this anymore. It's 100% superwash merino, 218 yards, 100 grams. And this is light, dirty pink, she says. And it's all naturally dyed by her. Look at that. The fact that she sent this to me, the fact that it's naturally dyed, I mean, look at this soft green, and this like this reminds me of like a vanilla bean ice cream right here. This reminds me of pistachio mint ice cream. Do you see it's late? I want ice cream. Are you seeing a theme here? This is just pretty. Like first thing I thought is like, ooh, I can make Ruby a sweater with this, or I can make myself a beautiful scarf and mitten set. I don't know, but I want to keep it. They all coordinate gorgeous. They're so beautifully, and I'm keeping them. I love them. They're beautiful. Sarah, thank you so much for sending this to me. This was so thoughtful. The note was so sweet, and I love it. 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 It's so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So there is that. And Sydney from the Sydney Reads Everything podcast and Literature Etsy shop. Okay, she sent, you saw the brown skein for the viewers, right? The viewers challenge, and an orange colorway. Like I said, she donated these to the knitting games, and she said I get to keep one. So excited that she said that, because this one's called Into the Fire, and it's on our Wharton base, which is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% gold stellina. And I actually missed that. I didn't get that until just now. 100 grams, 430 yards. Brown and orange. I don't hate them, but they're not colors that I'm like, I get excited about. When she sent these yarns, I was so excited, because there is just, I mean, look, I showed you the brown and everything that was going into it. I mean, there's nothing ordinary about this. There's nothing boring about this. I mean, orange isn't boring anyways, but it's just gorgeous. It is so beautiful. And I'm looking at my stash right now. I see one skein of orange yarn. I don't usually buy orange yarn. I like orange fine, like I said, but it's not like my go-to color. I'm so excited to knit with this, and in fact, I will probably go back to her store and buy that brown skein as well, because that's how much I love it. Hopefully she's putting them, I gotta send, Sydney, if you're doing updates to your shop, let me know, send me a message, I'll buy the brown as well. And I just gotta go look at more of her yarn, because she is very talented, and I want more. So, Sydney, thank you so much for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I don't know if I showed this on the last podcast or not. So if I did, I'm sorry, but I want to show this because it's by the O Loops girls, and it was a pre-order, and this is their funky Neapolitan in the Ascot base, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. And it's exactly what it's supposed to be. Like, look, Neapolitan ice cream. Yes, I'm sticking with the ice cream theme tonight, guys. But this is just fun and pretty, and I just had to try it out. I have never tried their yarn, so I'm kind of excited to do that too. No clue what it's going to be. And then this, okay, I don't know if this happens to you guys ever. It rarely happens to me, to be honest. But you know, the Ravelry ads. There's ads all over Ravelry, right? I might click on one for a pattern, but I don't really click on the yarn ones usually. Until, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I did. I saw this, and it was exactly this colorway. I was like, oh, what is that? What is that? I must have it. And it is the Sheepyshire. And they're on Etsy. And this is their staple sock fingering weight, 75-25, superwash merino nylon, 460 yards. And this colorway is called Unsteady. And it looks exactly like the picture. So, yay for me. The other last thing, I don't know why I put this at the end. I should have put this towards the beginning, really. So this is about the mustache yarn I was telling you about, the Sock Club with Lisa of Life Full of Laughs is her name on Ravelry. All the stuff will be, the information will be in the show notes. So what she does is, you can try, she has swapless swaps open in her group, and you pay for them for minis. But there's all different indie dyers. So the ones that I tried out was 3 Irish girls, because that's something that's on my yarn bucket list. I've always wanted to try them. And then also, this other one, it was called Woolly Lion. So, first of all, if you're looking for different minis, this is a great place to go try them. Secondly, if you've been wanting to try a particular yarn, but you just haven't been able to get your hands on it, or maybe you just really want to kind of test it out, I think mini skeins is an excellent way to do that. And so Woolly Lion is just like something like I wanted to try. I've never heard of this indie dyer. I kind of looked them up on Etsy. They looked fun. Thought what a great way to kind of try them out. There's all different kind of swaps, 10 grams, 5 grams. You'll have to look into it. There's set prices. They're very reasonable. But I am doing one in my group with Lisa. She's setting it up, and it's going to be of mustache yarns. I explained that a little bit in there, but just if you want to go to her site and check it out, you definitely should. Because here is my Irish Girls, 3 Irish Girls swaps. I got 14 mini skeins, and they're 20 grams each. That's very generous. And they're different bases too. She said there's no colorway names, but a variety of bases. Like this one in particular, like, oh my gosh. So it's 50% merino, 50% tinsel. I mean, look at that. Very beautiful yarn. There's some fun ones in here because I've just always heard great things about the Three Irish Girls. Look at these. Let's see what these bases are. 80% merino, 10% cashmere. What's the other one? 10%. I can't tell because the sticker's over it. But that's fun. And yes, super soft. I'm just feeling this right now. Oh my gosh. This one is 70% merino and 20% white cashmere. And so there's another one that's in there that the sticker is going over. So I don't know what the last remaining part is on that. But the base is called Ennis. So she does have the name of the base on there. And then, I mean, oh wow. It's just to fill these bases, Adorn Sock, your typical 80-20. This is a new base that they included called Adorn Luxe. So it's 85% merino, 15% nylon. And then this one is the same base. But I mean, this is excellent. This is so great. I love that I get to try all these out. Ooh, what is this? Cashmerino. I thought so. 80% merino, 10% cashmere. And oh, once again, the sticker is covering that last portion. It looks like nylon. Okay. So I get all these colorways I get to try by the Three Irish Girls. All these bases. I'm very happy with this. I'm very glad I did this. So I do recommend, if you're looking for minis or you're wanting to try she has some fabulous indie dyers in there. Like I said, there was the Three Irish Girls swap, mustache yarn. She had that in her shop as well, doing a couple swaps. And then there was a bunch of other ones in there. I can't remember all of them. And then there's some that you may never heard of. And it's a great way to kind of try out a new indie dyer with very little, I don't know, like, very little risk. I mean, minis are minis, right? And if you're into minis and you like to swap or you like to put them in your blanket, this is an excellent way to try somebody new. And that's why I tried the Woolly Lion one, because this one was 5 grams minis. And oh my gosh, how many colors are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like there's 15 colorways in here. And yeah, these are great. Look at these. Look how fun these are. They're on Etsy. So, oh, I think this is fun. This kind of reminds me of like bubblegum. Like a bubblegum machine, you know? Oh, this is beautiful. This kind of reminds me of English Garden. That's fun. There's some solids and tonals in here. Ooh, you know I like blue. Look at that soft color. That's a great neutral. That is a really great neutral. The colorways are on the front of the bag because these are little bitty minis. So like on these, I'm going to put some of these in my blanket, and I think I'm also going to use them for swaps. So, because there's quite a few in here. I mean, there's a lot. I think there's 20 minigram or 20. Yeah, I think I'm almost certain there's 20 minis in here because look at all the left that I have left. So check her out if you want. I'll have definitely her Ravelry group because that's where she sets up the swaps. She has them going on all the time. If you're interested in minis or trying out a indie dyer that you've never tried before. And if you're interested in doing the mustache yarn, like I said, I will be setting up a thread after this podcast. And the first 9, definitely get into this, or first 8, I'm taking one spot. Get into that swap, and then the next one, if we get enough people, we'll do another set of 9. We'll do 2 swaps. So any questions, let me know. Lisa is more than happy to answer anything. Go over to her Ravelry group if you're wanting to try out something entirely different. It's very, very easy, and all the information's there. She's wonderful, and I didn't want to talk to you guys about that until I've tried it myself. Tried it, love it, very happy, and I can't wait to do a mustache swap with you guys. So I think that's it for now. Until next time, make something beautiful and have a great evening. Goodbye.